My name is JD Bradley, and I've had a hell of a life that's given me a unique perspective and crazy stories that I share here. Another Sweet Lips story. I love that bar. It was lime green and had hand-painted pictures of girls in bikinis on the front wall. There was no DJ. There was a old-timey quarter jukebox, so if you wanted a girl to dance to a song, you'd have to play a song, but it would only cost you a quarter, and you got to pick the song. The owner was an elderly black man named Robert. I mean, he was really elderly, and he was asleep most of the time he was there. He would show up and fall asleep. And once he fell asleep, the party was on, and you never knew what was going to happen in Sweet Lips. It was a zoo, and that's a large part of the reason I loved it. All of the girls that worked there were ex-convicts, but that doesn't mean they weren't good looking, and some of them were stunningly beautiful. They said I was the best looking guy that ever came into the bar. What they meant was I was the white guy that came into the bar, and that was okay too. I drank for free every single time that I went, at least when Robert was passed out, but like I said, he was generally passed out. It was another of my family of choices that I'd been part of, as Andrew Vox calls it, family of choice. People that were deprived of a stable upbringing or a happy childhood generally spend their lives seeking out a replacement family, among other people that generally have the same kind of upbringing or bad life. And I recognize that now. It's been a reoccurring theme in my life, and some of those people have meant an incredible amount to me. You can't imagine. And this is another group of those people. I was dating the bartender. Her name was Geneva, and she was beautiful. And I was very close to some of the girls. One afternoon I was in there, and we were playing rummy at the bar and drinking, and another white guy came in. The only other white guy I ever saw come into that bar, and he was a redneck. He was wearing a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, the big belt buckle, the whole 9 yards. And he sat down beside me and said, "Give me a beer, you nasty Mexican whore." And I started to stand up, say something, but Geneva kind of looked at me and just almost imperceptibly shook her head no. I didn't know what was going on, but I said okay to myself. And so she gave him the beer and was like, "Thanks, you fucking Mexican whore." And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty fucking irritated. And we kept playing, and he kept talking shit, and he got further impressed with himself because nobody told him anything about talking shit. And he was definitely pretty fucking drunk when he showed up. He was way drunk. So anyway, after about 3 beers, he got up and went to the men's room. And then Geneva got this pill bottle. I don't know what it was to this day. And she emptied the whole pill bottle into his beer. And he came back after a couple minutes, and this is a new beer. And he started drinking the beer. And he got through about half of it. And he fell off the stool sideways, unconscious. They were on him like a pack of seagulls. They took his hat, his boots, his wallet, his keys, I guess just to be extra fucking hurtful. I mean, they took everything they was to do. They took his shirt off. Had to rip the buttons off his shirt, but they got it off, and he was wearing nothing but his socks and his jeans. And then Jenny Blackman said, "Now get rid of this pinche culero." So I grabbed him by his feet, and I started pulling the door. And at the base of the door, there was one of those boards kind of like keeps wind out or something. So when his head bounced off and that hit, and he didn't wake up, I'm like, okay, this dude's definitely unconscious. So I pulled him out front, and this is on Port Avenue for anybody that knows it's from Corpus Christi. Not the nicest street. And so I pulled him out into the turn lane in the middle of this 4-lane road, and I left him there. And I went back in, and I got another beer, and we finished playing rummy, and we caught a good buzz. And eventually we left, and I took Geneva back. We fucked, of course, and she was awesome. But anyway, the moral of the story is, there's probably a few of them. Don't go somewhere you don't know anybody. Talking shit is clearly the big one. But even more important, at least for myself and people like myself, just because you didn't have good upbringing and an extremely unhappy childhood doesn't mean you won't find people that you care absolutely about as much as real family, or what they call real family. Those were my real family. But eventually Robert died. He was seriously probably pushing 100. And so we all drifted apart over the years. But that place always meant a great deal to me. And I might tell some stories about it in the future. Right now I was just reminiscing about a place that was very dear to me. And I hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for listening, my friends. Have a great day.